Hello everyone, Taxi Turbo here, and today I'm showing you, as promised, the gameplay of me using the most annoying class in the game, which is the pistol. And the pistol that I'm using is B23R. It's the burst weapon, and I'm using it with the fast mags and long barrel attachment. And I have to say, it's pretty beast. Like the whole setup, I would actually consider it overpowered. And what I mean by being overpowered is basically it gives you an advantage that you know, you get the kills that you should have got. Like you wouldn't get those kills with any other gun. It's just this whole setup all put together gives you this advantage that you get the really cheap kills that you shouldn't have got normally. And well, let me talk about perks first. Like, I'm using the lightweight, scavenger, tac mask, and dexterity. Like, obviously you need the scavenger for obvious reasons, because you would run out of ammo really fast with the pistol. And especially that I'm using a C4, so I want to have these C4s all the time with me. But why am I using a lightweight over the ghost? Well, basically, if you're using a pistol, you're very fast. Yeah, I'm sure you guys know that already. But if you're using a lightweight and a pistol, you're extremely fast. So even if they have the UAV app, it doesn't tell them anything, because they see you as a red dot, but they assume, you know, people after playing a few hours of Call of Duty and after playing over and over, you know, a new Call of Duty and another new Call of Duty and so on, people are used to reading the map in a way that they don't even think about it. So if they see the red dot, they assume that you're going a certain direction and they kind of predict where you're gonna be. But when you're using a pistol and a lightweight, they can't predict it, because you're going around way too fast for them to predict it. So basically, ghosts would be useless, because they still don't know where you are, and the lightweight gives you this extra advantage of winning the gunfights from the up close. Because as you know, if you're firing at somebody from the hip using a lightweight and strafing at the same time, you're pretty much impossible to kill. Like, you're really extremely fast on their screen. Did you see that kill? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I shouldn't have got this kill. He was right behind the cover, I was right in the open, and I still got this kill. So there you go, that gives you an idea how overpowered this class is. And yeah, so you basically have less chance to die when you're using lightweight in the close quarter combat situations. So that's why I'm using a lightweight over the ghost. And you obviously need the tac mask, because you know you're gonna run into the camper spots when they're usually put the shock charges behind them, and you know you don't want to get shocked over and over again. And by the way, the score streaks that I'm using, as you can see, it's the Hellstorm Missile, Lightning Strike, and Stealth Chopper, which is pretty good. Like pretty good middle kind of kill streak, and gets you a lot of kills as well. So definitely give it a try to use it. Now move on to the next topic. The next topic is, actually, a few of my subscribers asked me to do the video about how to get better at COD. Like what do you need, what kind of equipment do you need, what do you need, the headset, and so on. So let me go through it. Well, first question, if you need the headset, obviously the headset helps you a lot. Like, I'm using the kind of high-end headset, which is PX5 Turtle Beach, but you don't need such an expensive headset. Especially you don't need it for Black Ops 2, where the sound, it's not the greatest. Like, especially, well, the sound itself, it's pretty good, but the footstep sound pretty much doesn't exist. Like, you can hear the footsteps in few quieter game modes, like maybe Free for All, Hardcore Team Deathmatch. You can hear them, but they're still kind of glitched. Like, sometimes you can hear them from like 10 meters away, and sometimes they're right behind you and they're not using a dead silence, and you can't hear them. You just can't hear them. So yeah, headset, it helps you a lot. It helps you in a way that it helps you to kind of switch off for all the surroundings in your house. Like if there's like anybody in the house and they're talking or they're watching telly or doing whatever, you know, it's kind of distracting. But when you put the headset on, you kind of switch off for all of that, and you kind of can focus more on the gameplay. So in that way, yeah, it does help you. But I wouldn't say it's necessary, especially not for Black Ops 2. Like if that question would be asked back in Modern Warfare 3 days, I would say, yeah, definitely you need to use the headset, because you know you can hear the footsteps and everything. But here, you just you don't need it, but it helps. But what I would consider that it actually helps much more would be the SCAF controller that I'm using. I did the review back in the day about the SCAF controller. If you have missed it, I'm gonna leave the link in the description so you can watch it again and you know, make your mind whether you want it or not. So I'm not gonna go through the whole setup, what's going on with the SCAF controller, but I'm sure most of you guys already know what is it. But I'm gonna leave the link in the description. And as you guys know, I'm a small enough channel, so I don't get sponsored by anyone. Nobody pays me to tell you that, and so basically you can take my advice for granted. It's it's definitely, you know, good advice just to basically make you a better COD player. Another thing is aim. Lots of people have problem with aiming and they don't really know how to improve it. Obviously, yes, there are some things like FPS freaks, which I used to use them before I bought my SCAF controller. I used to use the FPS freaks. Yet they do help you, I have to say, they do help you. But there's another way to do it as well. Let's say you're playing on the sensitivity 4, and to increase your aim, what do? You want to change your sensitivity to 10, for example, which obviously will put you off target every single time. But after a few matches, you will slowly start getting used to it. And once you get used to the higher sensitivity, basically it was just an example like 4 and 10. But what I mean, you have to change your sensitivity to way higher, and play a couple of matches, get used to it, and after you get used to it, you lower it down to, let's say, in the middle of it. And then that's the time when you will see a huge difference in your aim. Like you will definitely notice the improvement. And basically that's how I learned to aim, and I think it was a good way, so that's why I want to share it with you guys. And another thing is the map reading. Like loads of people don't read the map correctly. What they do, they only look for the UAV. If there's no UAV, they don't look at the map much. But that's there for you. That's what helps you. Even if you can't see any red dots or any red dots on the map, you can judge by your teammate. Well, the rest of the team is like enemy team. So it gives you a general idea in which direction you should head to in order to find an enemy. If you play some you know, quiet game modes like Team Deathmatch, for example, and you've no idea where to go, well, you go there where there's no teammates, and that's the place where usually enemy is. Now the video is finished now, so thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna bring you my Diamond Camo series soon, another video. It's probably gonna be up tomorrow, so look forward to it. And thank you guys for watching. I hope I helped you, and I'm definitely gonna do more videos about how to get better at COD.